Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening. A couple of days late, but we've got it. It's a Friday.
We're
It's a good
here,
end of the
yeah.
week. End of the week.
It's a cold end to the week. I'm layered up.
I am with big cardigan. Oh,
It's mad, isn't it? Oh,
yeah, yeah.
we've got the lunar year just started, so that's brilliant.
Yes.
Year of the snake,
Wood,
fascinating.
the wood snake. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very
So,
interesting.
yeah, really interesting time. We've survived January. Yay! Definitely hasn't been an easy transition, has it?
Well, that's it. I mean, I know you and I follow sort of the pagan New Year,
Yeah,
but it certainly felt like the end of the year this January.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, and that
Finishing
flame,
everything off.
yeah, and that flaming Cancer moon, full moon. You
Oh,
will
yeah.
get emotional.
Well, we're in Aquarius new moon. So
Yes, yeah.
again, full of emotion, isn't it? So
Yeah, and a bit of deep thinking because that's what
absolutely.
Aquarians always. Oh, Aquarius is always about a bit of deep inner thought.
Yeah.
So I'm delighted to be doing the cards because I can't wait to see what they're going to bring us.
Yeah.
And I think I'm first because it's new moon.
Yes.
So I've got my moonology, of course. Love
Yeah.
them. Really adore them, and I've been prompted to get my earth magic out again.
Oh,
I
nice.
feel as if we're getting a lesson in grounding ourselves and the planets that have come into line. That's amazing. It's really
Oh,
fabulous because it's like the chakras lining up because we will have seven of them, and it's like chakras lining. And obviously, for my second book, I've just finished the chapter where I'm talking about chakras. And of course, each chakra resonates with a particular planet. So it's like, whoa, yeah. So much energy. So let's get some cards out, shall we? Um,
definitely.
Further ado, let's see what else is popping up. It's nice though, because the new things are starting to creep in. Uh,
Yes.
Little bits of new opportunities and hints about, oh yeah, don't forget that. Don't forget that. And yeah, really enjoying that. So let's look what we're at. So the first one that's come out, oh, breach, whale.
Right.
Okay. These magnificent creatures carry on their existence almost without acknowledging us. I often
Yeah.
think we must be like the fleas are to the whales, we're like the fleas are to.
Absolutely. When you think of their size, yes.
And what's emerging is the whale out of the emotion. So there's an emotional breakthrough. We've got the sense in the next couple of weeks of, whew, it's all behind me now. I can leap
Yes.
forward. And I love the way this whale is arching their back and just going, oh, yes, I've got through. So I feel that we're going to be encouraged to celebrate surviving it all. I mean, we've still got a lot to survive, but I just feel like there's a sort of, yeah, breakthrough moment. And of course, as we build up to the full moon, um, we, this is the first moon of the year, so it's like, come on, exciting, get on with it. Really don't hold yourself back. Really
Yes.
just push on through because you'll surface and it'll all be clear blue sky because this whale's in beautiful blue sky.
Absolutely.
But for us, the blue sky is there, and it's time for us to break through that bloody heavy energy, and recognize we are in a position to do it differently. I think that's
Definitely, Annie.
because today is the fifth year anniversary of Brexit,
Yeah.
and I can't think of a bigger failure unless you look across the sea across the pond to America, really. And here we are. We've got to push through it, and maybe what people will do is go, we did it, we did the wrong thing. Now let's undo that. Let's learn from it. And I think that's also a breach or a breakthrough too.
Yeah.
It's coming with the new moon in Sagittarius.
Right.
So it's all about a focus on the positive. Um,
Yes.
we can dwell in the depths. And when we see the way that our leaders behave, and we see the way that some in our communities behave, or even our own families behave, we can get disheartened or despairing. And we can kind of think, is it ever going to change?
Yeah.
Uh, but it's about, well, it will one day. Just keep pushing on. I was talking to somebody online the other day about waiting for this country to introduce proportional representation.
Hmm.
Well, I've been waiting about 50 odd years. And I could get despairing. Just throw it out there and keep throwing it out there. Let's focus on what we can do. And I think particularly with the new moon in Sagittarius energy, we've got to think about taking it forward. We've got to think about that forward momentum and how we can keep that positive in our mind and in our heart, particularly in our heart. Interesting. The next card in is Communion, Eagle.
Right.
There's the eagle. Now, it's interesting because again, it's an American eagle with a native person in the picture.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And of course, there's so much turmoil across the pond for our American cousins. But what's wonderful is the communion and the communication that's going on between the eagle and the chap.
Mhm.
Light of that beautiful full moon.
Yeah.
It's a hazy moon, so maybe uh, not quite seeing things clearly, but still having that connection to a higher viewpoint. Whatever is going on for us, sometimes it really helps us to step back from it all and take an overview. And I think for me, this card is reminding us of the next 2 weeks. Take that bird's eye view, take that overview, and remember how powerful you are, because actually, eagles are so powerful. They're birds of prey, certainly, but they are so powerful that we don't necessarily remember our power or tap into that communion or communication with each other to be powerful. So I like that card. I love the
Mm.
card, and I love the reference to ancient tradition rather than our modern assumption when we've got the commune is between the for us the pagan tradition or the native or indigenous tradition that teaches us something about what we need in our connection to not just the earth but the animal kingdom as well.
And ancestry,
Yeah,
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 definitely.
it's coming with the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Um, there he is.
Mm.
It's wandering on under the fading, waning moon. And um, this card's all about leaving the past behind.
It's what this fortnight's been about.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's time to move it on and pick up that what's done is done energy.
Yeah.
I think that's the gift of that quarter moon in Capricorn. Recognize it's ended, it's over, put a period to it. Whatever you haven't done, you know, it's kind of,
Draw a line.
yeah. We're gonna be busy moving forward, and the energy that I'm feeling coming in about the next 2 weeks, the kickstart to it, I know you and I off camera discussed about focus and getting things
Yeah.
done, tying up the loose ends, and it's all to get us leaping forward into the new. So yeah, definitely adopting that. It's not been done, or it doesn't matter. Leave it behind. It's not holding me back. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The final one.
Nurture. Oh, Gaia.
Yeah, and nurture.
Yeah.
And for me, oh, there she is. She's got that bird's eye
Up,
view as
up a
well.
bit.
Oh, sorry,
Up. That's it.
sorry.
There.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
got that bird's eye view as well. And
Yes.
again, is reminding us that we've got the abundance. She's got flowers in her hair. It's beautiful, and all the greenery and everything. We've got these gifts. Now we need to use what she has given us. We have to nurture our abilities, nurture our talents. We have to be ready to take them forward and shine with them. And certainly, this next couple of weeks, the invitations and the opportunities to go, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that because it'll be good for me. That's what's nurturing about it. Is it good for me? Yeah, actually, that's perfect for me. If it isn't good for me, being able to go, thank you, but I'll pass. And I think that's really important with that Gaia energy.
But not using it as an excuse not to do.
Yeah, because we've got the full moon in Capricorn. Here we go. There we go. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah.
Reality check. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there's a beautiful stag. I don't know if you can see him just in there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Um,
Yes.
just uh, actually, no, it's a goat. Beautiful
It'll be a
goat.
goat with Capricorn. Yeah.
Yes, sorry, beautiful goat. Um, Reminding us, don't follow the crowd. What nurtures you doesn't have to be what nurtures everybody else. You don't have to have the same as everybody else. It's what's right for you. And this is a reality check as we leap into the new energies of the year, is to make sure whatever you're directed or focusing on, whatever you're directed to, does it fit you?
Yeah.
Stepping back from that feeling of obliged or I should or I must or I ought, just getting into, is it good for me? Will it help me? I do feel like I need another card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need an earth one. Just okay. Just feel like there's an extra needs to come out. Okay. We've got the fog card.
This way a bit. That's
That
it. That's lovely.
the fog.
Fog.
Yeah, sorry, the
Yeah.
light in my room is a bit weird tonight. I can't get the light bulb shut in place. So, in fact, that beam down the center of my screen is very much like one of the beams on the fog card.
Definitely.
Now, I think sometimes we do get ourselves in the fog.
Mm.
We get so het up about, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know where I'm going. We don't recognize that sometimes being veiled is a useful thing to do.
Yes.
Um, One of the ways to nurture ourselves sometimes is to put that lovely misty barrier, the shimmer, I call it, between us
Yeah.
while we're working out what works for us,
Yeah.
and giving ourselves this next couple of weeks the opportunity to walk the mist-filled path. There's a beautiful
Mm.
book called The Mist-Filled Path. And when we're in that mist or that fog, we may not see more than a small hand in front of our face, but we are being told to withdraw our senses from the stuff that vexes us. Again, leaving the past behind. And the
Mm.
stuff that we believe we are obliged to do so that we've got some freedom. It's quite nice to feel sometimes nobody can see me. I can just
Yes.
ah.
Yes.
And for me, I think this next 2 weeks, we've got to be careful to build in some veiled or fog time, uh,
Mm,
and acknowledge that being in the fog is not a bad thing. If we don't know, then it just means not the time to do something. So I
yes.
feel that's a really nice card because I love this time of year. We get those misty mornings, don't we?
I
Those
know.
evenings. We get a lot of fog as such in
Yeah.
winter. But there's something magical about it as well.
Yeah.
Makes us consider our world in a different way. So
Yeah. Makes you see things,
yeah. So
but
I
only what you can see. Yeah.
think that's me done.
Lovely. Well, I have brought out, I don't know when they won't come out, but I love them. My
Yeah.
new Ancient Stones one.
Yeah.
So they're my real cards at the moment.
Yeah.
But looking through my cards, I did bring out my sea cards,
Oh,
um, because I do think there's a lot of emotion around at the moment.
yeah.
And I just wanted to see what the healing power of the ocean is going to be bringing us over the next couple of weeks. Right, so here we go. Let's have a look. Okay. It's funny, I do shuffle these cards every time, but every time there's particular ones that come out. But it's the same message. It's these endings that we're having to really make sure we are moving forward.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. So here we have Sanctuary.
Oh, we've had that one before, haven't we?
That's the one we've had before.
Yeah,
And she is literally there with her standing stones,
definitely.
with her journey. I always feel her journey is ahead of her. That's what I always feel with this card. She can see the journey ahead of her, but she's in her safe place. And actually, when you look ahead, she's got the fog.
Yeah,
But she's in her safe place.
yeah.
So, and this is the sanctuary card, and it is about now is the time to stand in your area, where you feel that you really can. That might be meditation. It might be actually going out into nature, but really standing somewhere where you can feel that harmony and
Mm,
the balance that we're going to be needing very soon, that so that we can feel the commitment and the joy of moving forward, but be in our place, visualizing it and feeling it.
mm.
Um, there is a beautiful rainbow as well over the top.
Yes.
So
Just a bit.
she can see her light, if you like. She can see the transitioning happening, but she needs to be in her safe place, in her sanctuary,
Yeah.
to really embrace what that's going to be.
Mm,
Really feel um, that she's committed,
yeah.
you know, um, to everything that brings her joy.
Mm,
And I am really talking to the female, so it must be the divine feminine energy that I'm feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a she. It's definitely a she feeling that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I think that's the right thing at this moment. It's similar to what you said. We've really got to sort of be in our zone,
Mm,
and drive ourselves forward. The sea card I've got is beautiful. It's really deep in the ocean. It's down at the bottom of the ocean, really deep, and it is the depth card.
uh,
Um, and what's that saying is, may you immerse and go deeper. So don't be superficial about where you want to go. Don't think, yeah, I'll dip my toes in there. I'll dip my toes. Really feel what you want to do. Immerse yourself in that energy, and that in itself can drive you forward because you get that real feeling of passion about something. if you go deeper and you just don't think it, you feel it and immerse yourself in that energy, and whilst in your sanctuary, whilst in that space, really feel it, because if you feel it in your heart will drive it forward.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Okay, this is very interesting because this looks like the second card to the last card, but it's not. So she's got the standing stones, but she's walking forward now.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
walking forward towards that light, towards that arch, towards that rainbow. So she's walking forward, and this is saying, good luck. She's going to walk through the round stone. That is where she's going. That's what she's been thinking of doing, and it says, may your wishes be granted, with blessings, and it's that sort of auspicious feeling that you're going to be getting when you move yourself forward, because you're going to truly believe in what you're having, and it's saying, good luck, because it's all positive. It's all, there's nothing negative about this. Walk through that doorway, and everything will give you blessing. Very, very auspicious card. That's very.
Isn't it interesting?
And the water. Sorry.
Isn't it interesting when we walk through an arch, we're not quite the same person when we come out again, because we've gone through something.
So absolutely. Yeah. It's like leaving the past behind, isn't it? Like your cards were saying. Yeah. Definitely, Annie. Definitely. I love the way these cards work together. So here we have the ocean. We have a beautiful waterfall. It reminds me of the cruise I went to in Norway, because there was a lot of these waterfalls that came from the very top of the mountains down into the fjords. And that is really reminding me of that. And this card is about fluidity. And it's about the shift. It says, may you shift and transform. So those two cards together, they really do bold well together. And I remember when I was in Norway, that you sort of overnight you end up sort of the cruise ship docks, and you go to sleep traveling, and when you wake up, when I was in Norway, the very first time I woke up in Norway, and I opened the cabin curtains, and I just saw what I would call Norway's nature.
Yeah.
The lovely calm fjords, but the snow-capped mountains, and the waters that were naturally just trickling down. It was really, really beautiful. And it just made me think, wow, our planet is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so undiscovered, it really is. And and it was transforming for me, because that's the sort of thing that went in my mind. Never seen anything like this in my life before. Wow, and it is that feeling that when we walk through that archway, we're going to feel that transformation. This is.
Ooh.
So we've got what I would interpret this as the tree of life.
Yeah.
Again, she's under an archway. She's in the center here. She looks as if she's in her own bubble.
Yes.
And this card is about boundaries. It's about your boundary stones. So when you walk through, don't forget, you need to communicate. And it's with the boundaries that you want to move forward with. Don't be enveloped in everybody else is saying, oh, let's do it this way, let's do it that way. You have a clear picture of what you're doing. Okay, you may have to negotiate. There may be some, if it's to do with work, it might be things like contract signing or something like that. But it's about knowing your boundaries, and don't, oh, I'm doing this. Don't be a pushover. Don't be a pushover. Create that protective bubble, like you were saying, create that protective bubble around you, because you walk through that stone with that passion in your heart. Don't let anything go into your head that would override that passion that you want to do. And it is beautiful. She's holding her light up as well.
Can
you see it?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like,
Absolutely wonderful.
yeah,
She is in her own power,
yeah,
but she's strong.
mm,
She's strong. She looks well grounded as well. I think this is a time to make sure you are grounded,
yeah,
because there's this determination that's needed.
mm,
And I definitely haven't got another card because we got a beautiful. I mean, I just want to be there. That there's nobody else in that picture apart from me standing on that beach. But it is that sort of inlet, the sandy shores,
mm,
the what I would call the positive mist. It's quite a misty card
yeah,
around here, but it's that positive mist. It's not anything. It's lovely swirls, and it's all about being expansive. This is the expansive card.
yeah,
So, and I think it is about, this is what I think it's my final card, connecting to the whole thing.
mhm, yeah,
All what's come out in this spread here, this last card is saying, just connect together and feel it.
mm,
But that's not only for self. I mean, I know you say it a lot and I say it a lot. We've got to remember our guides.
yeah,
And I must admit, I will say it myself. I nearly rang you the other day. Over the last 2 weeks, I, because I've been so much
mm,
um, engrossed in stuff that I need to get rid of, I
yeah,
felt I'd lost a connection. Are you with me? And I literally nearly phoned you the other day to say, Annie, help, what's happening? But I sat down,
yeah,
I forgot what was going on around me, and I connected with my guides, and they gave me that assurity. Are you with me? And it's remembering always to connect to your guides. They're always there to help you. They ain't going to tap you on the shoulder and say, Oi. You're going to have to say, excuse me, I give you permission to
yeah,
tell me,
yeah.
oi, but it's making sure you keep that connection as well.
And
Definitely.
for me as well, that chimes with the Gaia card about nurture, that one of the most beautiful sources of nurture we can have is our connection to the guides and the non-physical beings around us. But when
Absolutely.
we get focused, sometimes we don't give it enough space. We're very much on task
Yes.
rather than,
That's it.
yeah, rather than give me a hand with this task, you know, or
Because they're waiting for us to ask, aren't they?
make this task go away. Right, okay, we'll do that, just like us, whereas we're plodding on thinking we've got to do this, we've got to. And I think this is the interesting thing about that beautiful eagle reminding us, have the overview and leave the past behind. Because
Yes.
anything that isn't taken care of, you can always throw to your guides and say, look, I haven't got the capacity for this. Can you give me a hand? And they'll go, oh, we've been waiting. We've just been waiting.
That's exactly what happened to me this week, Annie.
Yeah.
You know exactly what happened to me. And I just took that. It was a good half an hour. I thought, right, get yourself into that zone and just talk to them.
And that's the,
And it was amazing. Yes,
yeah,
yes, it was amazing. It really was. So
so
I'm really pleased with these cards.
yeah,
Yeah,
we've got some really good cards for the next fortnight. We do have turbulent energy throughout the world. There's always going to be turbulence, but
because aren't there some planets retrograde at the moment as well?
there's also, yeah,
Yeah,
and what for me, I take as well very much from the cards is the boundaries and the grounding and the protection.
definitely.
Um, we can put ourselves in the path of the low vibrational negative energy if we choose to,
Yeah,
but that's not going to serve us. If we're going to get on and do the changes, be the changes that we need, um, to contribute our little bit, then we've got to stay out of that. We've got to try and aim into that positive, higher vibration. And we only do that.
raise me up. I've got that Boyzone song now.
And it's interesting. The one I got on Friday, Wednesday night was "Reach for the Stars."
Yeah,
And that was the sort of direct message from the guides. I've
yeah.
got you've got me.
Yes.
Reach for the stars, climb every mountain. It's that thing, isn't it, of recognizing when we're into new beginnings, we're into new energy, we don't have to make it a hard path. So this next 2 weeks, if the emphasis is on the positive, it won't be a hard path.
I've just had, it's funny you just had song. I've just had the birds are feathering their nest. They've got very little time to rest while gathering their bits of twine and twig. What we need is that spoonful of sugar. There you
Definitely.
go.
As always, Gwen, thank you. It's been lovely to do the
It
cards.
has. It's been really good.
Get a little snapshot of what's what and put it out there, and
And
hopefully
I always hope that people that watch us, they'll be saying, "Oh, that's okay. It's not just me." Do you know what I mean? Because we all are in the energy, and it's understanding what that energy is about. Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in a fortnight with the full.
Yes.
I hope if people have enjoyed what we've said, they share it and they subscribe to the channel and comment and give us their feedback, because that's always lovely. It's lovely.
It is. It's
Hope
nice.
you got something out of it. So see you in a fortnight.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.